Welcome to Man in America, a voice of reason in a world gone mad. I'm your host, Seth Holhouse. So, tonight's show is not going to be a normal show. It's actually a really special show that I have for you tonight because I've been working on something with a small team quietly in the background for the past couple of weeks. It's a video. And it's a video that I think that if I were to add it all up, I'd probably put more time collectively between me and a few other people that are working on this with me than even the original, kind of nearing the plot to steal America early on. That one took longer, but this one was probably maybe the second in terms of the effort put into something. And it's a video about Epstein, because when this recent drop of Epstein files happened, as I've covered I've covered extensively on the show, there was something very significant that shifted inside of me. And I think it's also, there's a pretty significant shift in the world out there and just the collective consciousness of people. And for me, a big part of that shift was just this. It's like the final nail in the coffin of the political system, of just seeing that the system just protects itself. And we're not going to win this battle by just voting in a different politician. I mean, the Epstein files represent just small little window into the world of this elite class that's making decisions that affect our lives, whether it's sending us to war, potentially putting troops on the ground over in a foreign country. And so much more. I mean, it's our entire lives are in America, especially, are controlled by this political system. And I think what we've seen is that this system just protects itself. You know, there's some good things here and there, but fundamentally the system just protects itself. And actually, I think the people that we see that we believe to be the real controllers, they're just these low-level puppets in the system. But I'm not going to get into all that in today's show, pardon me, because as I told you, I've got a special video. So when this stuff came out with the Epstein files recently, even though I'd seen most of this information before, and much, much worse, unfortunately, it was a shift that I could see that it was the first time that a real unity started to develop between the various political camps in this country. I think these political camps, or these boxes, have been created. It was one of the few issues that I've seen start to tear down those walls between people. And I've seen it in my own life, where I've had people that are, very, very opposite on the political spectrum to some of my core beliefs. And these people have come to me and we're talking, and we're actually talking about real things, not just seeing if we can avoid the political landmines so that we don't cause some sort of fight and not talk for 6 months, which has happened, right? And so, but I also knew that as with the news cycle and as with what goes viral online, that sometimes issues that seem really, really big end up 2 days later, everyone's forgotten about them. And again, if you look at search traffic for Epstein, it's dropped significantly, especially since this war has started. Now, whether the war was created as a way to pull people's attention away from the Epstein files, which I'm sure it was not that simple, but whether that was the intention or not, it's accomplished that. People are now focusing on the war, which, okay, makes sense. It's a really big event. It's not some celebrity scandal. It's a big event. But I think that what was happening with the public consciousness when these Epstein files came out, the people that were seeing it, talking about it, waking up to it, that momentum, I think we can't lose that momentum. Like, we can't lose it. And so as I saw this stuff happening, I thought, gosh, I need to create some sort of video. I want to create something that helps to cement this feeling. And that's just part of what happens right when you're a creator. I'm a very creative person. I create. And so a lot of that process is I start tapping into something. I feel something. I kind of have an intuition towards something. And I'm like, okay, I need to drive forward that more. I just had this sense of, I need to capture this, right? The energy behind that. And so I looked at various ways of doing it. I looked at, writing a long script or doing, say, a 10 or 15 minute little short video. And what's interesting is that we ended up landing on what you could almost call a song, right? And I never thought of myself as a musician. I mean, I play a little bit of guitar and whatnot, but it's, don't worry, I'll show you the video really soon, I promise. But the intention behind it, though, was to create something that could have some sort of viral nature to it, that was short, that captured the feeling, that reminded people that feeling and said, hey, hold on to this, come together, like rise up together, because this is real. And so that's what we've done. And so we've produced, it's about a 3.5 minute long song, I guess you could say. It's called The Dark Night of the Soul. Now, if you're familiar with The Dark Night of the Soul, I guess you are, but if you're not familiar with it, it's basically the dark night of the soul is what some people refer to when you have that major realization about how the world works, and you're hit with the realization of like, oh my goodness, this whole conspiracy of these satanic elite doing these terrible things to kids and everything. It's true. And when you go from just living in this bubble and thinking that most of the world's pretty good to then realizing how evil these things become at the top, it's tough. And so for some people, they spend the night curled up in a ball crying. It's the dark night of the soul. But then we have to rise up. We have to get up and keep going. And so anyway, so I'll tell you, I'll play the song in a second here, but the song is also now live as of right now in this video. The song is now live on my all my different channels, right? So I'll make sure I'm putting it up on Rumble, on YouTube, various social media. I think we're even going to try to put it up on the music store, right? So like Apple Music and Spotify, etc. And so what I encourage you to do first is watch the video I'm going to play, and then actually I'll give you some instructions afterwards, right? So I'm going to go ahead and play it. So this is the official premiere of The Dark Night of the Soul by yours truly, Seth Holhouse. Let's give it a watch. What happens when everything you know, everything you trust, and everyone you believe in is a lie? And there you are, staring at a screen, sick to your stomach from the things you've seen, the things they've done. And just like that, the world you thought you knew is gone. Because it's not just that they lied, it's that we believed them. We defended them. We got into fights with people we loved for what? For them. And now, as you're staring at the names on that list, at the things they did, and something inside you just breaks. How did I not see it? And when you sit with that question long enough, you start to see it was there all along. It was always hiding in plain sight in every movie and every song. They said the fight was left and right, black and white, you and I. They told us what's wrong and right. While they were trafficking on islands, trading children like diamonds. No, not like diamonds, like cattle, like meat to be sliced and diced with forks and knives. These were innocent lives. And here's the question we should all be asking. Why now? Think about it. Why are they showing us their cards? They could have made it all just disappear like every time before, They controlled what we saw from the day we were born. And now that masks are off, what the hell is going on? And look, there's part of you still waiting, hoping someone's gonna save us. See the ones in those high places? They were on the island, face it. And they don't care if you know it, because they're coming for our babies, and they're doing it in the open while they're laughing in our faces. Do you see it now? Do you see where we are? It's the dark night of the soul. Yeah, we woke up in hell. There's a fork in the road. We either grovel at their feet or we all rise up above this. Once you know the spell is broken, there's no going back to sleep. Gotta face it, eyes wide open. Just turn off the bread and circus. Please, please don't keep on scrolling, cause there really isn't much time left. Mark my words. The system's collapsing under the weight of its own evil. And the future belongs to God, not the devil. And you want to know a secret? You know what makes them the most frightened? It's all of us united. So, that's it. That's the video, The Dark Night of the Soul. So that video is separate on all my channels. And so what I ask of you is, first off, let me know what you think. I mean, honestly, drop a note in the comments. If it's like, hey, Seth, don't give up your day job, man. Just stick to these kind of calm narratives. I appreciate the feedback. If you think, whatever you think, just let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. Now, if you thought it was good, if you liked it, help me share it. Help me share it. There's no ads in it. It's not about, commercializing it. It's about capturing that message and getting it out to as many people as possible. Because I really believe this is something that we can unite around. We can unite around this. It's like, hey, we draw a line at the children, okay? That's it. And that's it. So the link to just the video will be in the description of this show. It's also obviously going to be uploaded to the channel itself. And so I recommend you share that link instead of this, because, if you're watching this, maybe you watch the show, you like the background story, you like the introduction to the video, this whole dialogue that we're having right here, but it's not this video that you should be sharing. What I recommend, if you're going to share it, just share the link to the little video itself, right? So it'll be in the description below, because I think that, again, let's keep up this momentum. There's a lot of distractions, some intentional, some unintentional. It's also part of our society, right? We've got memory of a goldfish. Something's viral today, and 3 minutes later, something else is viral. It's just how it is. So I want to make sure, though, that we don't move past this, that we understand exactly what we were just shown with these files, that we understand. Because, I mean, if we go a year from now and our country is just going as normal, right? Everything's just going, it's like, okay, people realized, and they were given and they were shown proof of cannibalism, of rape and torture and terrible things and the abuse of children being done at some of the highest levels of our society. If we see that and we still just go back to the bread and circuses and we just keep on scrolling, that's makes me sad. Yeah, that makes me sad, because if we're not going to stand up for this, what do we stand up for? Do we just want to make sure that we've got Netflix and Sunday Night Football and all those things that have been created to distract us from what actually matters? If that's where the vast majority of the people want to live, just kind of stick their heads in the sand, ignore these evil things, then maybe I've overestimated the people in this world. But I think that's not the case. I think there's a lot of people that this really deeply moved something inside of them, and they won't easily forget it. Doesn't matter if there's UFOs and aliens or a new war. They're not going to forget this. And that's part of what I wanted to capture in that video. So yeah, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed that. Just a reminder, make sure you let me know. First off, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. I really do. As long as I get nasty comments, I don't care. I've got thick skin. But sometimes it's kind of funny to look at the comments and people are like, you CIA Jew pedophile. It's just like, where does that come from? I don't know. But there's also a lot of comments that are really kind, even if they're not praising me, but they're saying, hey, Seth, you missed something here. I appreciate those just as much as the others. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and the link to share this video will be in the description below. And you can also just watch it, look at my channel. You can find the video as well, Dark Night of the Soul. And yeah, thank you for being with me on this journey. I'm not stopping. That's the thing. I'm not stopping. Actually, I'm starting a new series. So we have a lot of cool things happening with Men in America, but one of the things I'm going to be doing is actually starting to do more series type shows, right? Still doing my same show, but in addition to that, having series. And so I'm starting a series, I think it'll be called The Survivor Stories, where it's going to be a series of just interviewing victims of that system, interviewing victims of satanic ritual abuse and human trafficking, and all the stuff that we're seeing in those files, because I really believe that there are some very powerful people that rule a lot of this world, if not all of it, right? Going up to Satan himself, that do very, very evil things. And their power comes in two things. I think there's two primary things that give them their power. One is when no one knows about it. That gives them a lot of power. But do you know what gives them the most power? Is when people know about it and they don't do anything about it. That's what gives the evil the most power, is when good men do nothing. And that was the intention with this video. It's one of the things that I'm doing, to not do nothing. So whether it's this video, whether it's the Survivor series that we're going to be putting out, and anything else, because that, honestly, that is what gives the evil the most power it could have ever dreamed of, is when the evil can show us, right? In the music video, I was asked, why now? Why are they showing us their cards? Maybe it's a test for us. Can they show us all this? And if we just go back to the bread and circus, maybe we deserve it. Maybe we deserve it. I don't believe that we're like that, though. I think there's still a lot of really, really good people out there. I think that you are one of those people. I know I try to be in every way that I can. So thank you again. Reminder, leave a comment,